is Austin, and today we are reacting to Hermitcraft 8, Episode 11, First Stage Complete. This video is by Mumbo Jumbo, and I will definitely put the link to his video down in the description below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. I very much so appreciate it. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing. It's free. And you can also unsubscribe at a later date if you really want to. And I highly suggest that you go support Mumbo Jumbo as well, because he is a very good content creator, and I honestly just very much so enjoy his content and the videos that he has to offer. But with that being said, let's begin.
It happened again. I've been stuck for the past 3 days not being able to work on this project, despite the fact that I am feeling very happy about what we did in the first episode of working on the greenery, the bush placing, the moss growing. Despite all of this, I then convinced myself that that was a fluke and that I was going to completely mess it up from this point forth, which obviously makes absolutely zero sense, but that is just, that's the way it goes sometimes. But thankfully I've managed to get over it. I'm now on the server, and I'm ready to get started. The human brain is a very odd thing.
It is. Very complicated thing as well.
Our chests are now full, and I'm hoping that this should be enough to at least do what I need to do today. Okay, so just today's work, I imagine I should be able to get maybe up to here, and then maybe make a start on this side, but by that point I think we probably will have run out, to be honest with you. But I don't have one of those super enchanted hoes, so I was doing all of that making use of iron shears, and that used like a stack of iron to get this much.
Wow.
I don't have an iron farm yet, so I can't really afford this.
That's crazy.
Right, anyway, let's begin my terraforming on easy mode by spreading out all of the moss through the side of this mountain here. I mean, this is one of the most satisfying experiences in Minecraft. It's honestly like turning a harsh, stony landscape into a utopia just with one right click. It's a really interesting game mechanic that, if I'm honest, I wasn't really expecting to ever see in vanilla Minecraft. This doesn't feel traditionally vanilla Minecrafty, and I mean that in a really good way. Oh, one thing that I have been meaning to try is bone mealing one of these. Apparently it makes a really nice looking tree, and I'm yet to do it, and as much as it looks nice, I feel like in the context of this build, I don't think it looks that nice, but those are really nice leaf blocks, aren't they? They are lovely with the flowers as well. I might have to harvest some of those. Oh, now we have rooted dirt down here. Yep, that is... I don't think I'm going to be using that. It's quite cool, but it also reminds me of cereal, or chicken tikka masala, or the top of a brain, or my knee after falling off my bike. That was pretty disgusting, wasn't it? Right, I am gradually making my way around with the moss. I think I'm just going to cover this entire thing with moss, and then I can really knuckle down and focus on doing all of the leaf bits, because the leaf bits are the really challenging bits. Those are the parts that require me to be creative. This, on the other hand, is like a production line. I'm just clicking. That's it. But after countless clicks, our giant stone armchair has now been converted into a giant mossy armchair.
It already looks really good.
Part one of the process, all done and dusted. It is definitely the easy part. Now it's time to move on to the slightly more challenging part, which is actually placing in all of the leaf blocks. It's something that I'm both incredibly excited for and also absolutely terrified of. So let's get to business. And this one will definitely work best in the form of a time-lapse. And I'm going to be honest with you, I cannot believe how well and how fluidly this process is coming together. Do you remember in the previous Hermitcraft episode, it took me about 7 hours to do just the small patch of greenery that you saw at the start of this episode? And I think that's mainly because I was spending a lot of time on the design of it. You know, I was spending a lot of time second-guessing what I wanted to do, fiddling with things, experimenting with different placements of the leaf blocks, different density of the leaves as well. And now that I've actually got that all worked out, and I kind of did all of that in the previous Hermitcraft episode, now that I've logged in and I'm just following what I've already done, it is a lot smoother and a lot faster. And one extra piece of efficiency that I think we've gathered up here is, of course, I went round and spent a few hours doing all of the moss as well. I've already done that. That's been done in advance. Whereas in the previous episode, I was doing both of them at the same time. And it's one of those strange things that doing the pair of them just massively slows down both of them. Like, both of them become more inefficient, which means that the entire project takes considerably longer. Whereas when you do both of them in stages, you do one and then you do the other, it seems to speed up both processes, which shortens the entire time massively. So we are absolutely cracking through here. This was a 3-hour time lapse, and we have gotten far further than I ever imagined we would within that time. So let's hop back onto the Hermitcraft server and take a look. I really like what I've done on this side. I feel like the density of the leaves is perfect here. I feel like this side maybe could do with more interconnection of the vines. And of course, the actual vines, these things here, I haven't actually put those in place just yet, so they will spread down as well, which will make it look even more overgrown. I'd say we're doing pretty well. Things are coming together very nicely, but I am completely and all out of leaves. That happened far sooner than I was expecting. You may also be wondering why I'm on the ground. Well, that is because my elytra have completely run out of durability, and the tar and gas that's over there has completely run out of XP bottles. I actually just paid for a refill of my XP here. I didn't get any, but hopefully my little XP grinder should be working nicely. So here we go.
Oh, that was
yes! It actually repaired
That
it.
was from 2 potatoes.
It gave me a lot less XP than I was... Wait, hang on. How many levels did I have before that? Oh, it actually gave me a bunch of XP, but just really quickly. I went from level 36 to level 39, which when you're in such high levels, that's probably quite a lot of XP to jump up 3 levels.
How did he get... I saw he only took 2 potatoes and he got that much.
Levels. That is... I'm impressed. And I've actually come up with a way that I can improve this thing so it's considerably better, and I think I'm actually going to work on that now. You might remember that in the previous Hermitcraft episode I mentioned that we could run into an issue where the number of potatoes coming in is too fast for one... What have I just done?
You messed it up.
Did I just convert those into... Did I just waste a bunch of wood? I was not paying attention in the slightest there, and this is what happens. So, as I was saying, we might run into an issue where the number of potatoes coming in is a little bit too fast for one furnace, but it's too slow for 2 furnaces, which means that we have huge inefficiencies with the fueling, and I think I have a way to get around it. And it involves absolutely 0 redstone whatsoever, and also it ensures that we will have a constant supply of potatoes in our XP grinder, and that is just to create bulk storage above the furnaces. So the longer that we don't use the XP grinder, the more this thing fills up. And then when we come to use the XP grinder, we will just have tons of readily available XP. It's still very funny to me that we're referring to potatoes as XP, but that is the case. This is my XP grinder. I do also have a plan for how I'm going to fuel this thing large scale, but that's a project for a future Hermitcraft episode because it's quite big. So that was a very simple fix, but we should now have a bank of ready to go decently high level XP boosts just stored in this area, and all without killing or harming anything. Do I even need to say it? Yeah, peace, love and plants. Anyway, it's time to get back to work on the base, which involves taking a decent proportion of my iron. I mean, this is all I have left now. This is all I've got, and converting it into shears. I'm really hoping that there's an iron shop somewhere on the Hermitcraft server, because otherwise I'm in trouble. I'm in serious trouble. I'm gonna have to do the thing that's completely forbidden on the Hermitcraft server after the first month, which is actually go out mining for resources. I mean, you best believe that if a shop sold leaves, I would be buying them instead of gathering them, but unfortunately I'm the shop that sells the leaves. It's a real problem. Also, I have absolutely no idea what the Peace, Love and Plants protocol is for taking all of the leaves off of a stump, but then not removing the stump. I mean, technically the tree's still here, so I don't have to replant it, but I guess that can be up for debate down in the comment section. Not that I'm going to pay attention or listen to that debate, because I make up the rules for this thing and I say that this is okay. By my definition, deforestation is absolutely fine as long as you leave the stumps. If you take away the stumps, then you're a monster. So I'm hoping this should be enough for us to finish this. If it's not, then I'm all out of iron, so it's going to have to be. It's time for the second leg of this gargantuan project, so let's get to work. Which means yet more time-lapse action. And let me tell you, alright, if there was an any percent category for leaf placing on gigantic stone armchairs, I would be the world record holder, because I am flying. Alright, throughout this time lapse here, I just gradually got faster and faster. It seems like it's one of those things that once you get into the rhythm, you just get such a feel for it, and I just fly on through. I absolutely just fly on through. This time lapse right here, which was the majority of the build, the greenery on the majority of this gigantic structure, this was 2 hours, which is shorter than the time lapse that I did earlier on like a much smaller section of the build. It doesn't even make any sense to me. It doesn't. Alright, I'm completely baffled by this, but I'm incredibly happy, especially because coming back to what I started the episode with, and also what I focused on heavily in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, this has been giving me great stress. And I've been avoiding it, and I've been scared of it because I've been daunted at the scale of the project, and I've been worried about it. It turns out, now that I've actually sat down and done it, I mean, I've managed to crack on through it in 1 day. In 1 day. I was expecting this to be like a 4 or 5 day project, so no wonder I was putting it off. But now that I've actually gone and done it, I've sat down, I've done 1 hard day of Minecrafting, and it's all completed. My base, stage 1, is pretty much completed, apart from the back. On a complete side note, I'm starting to lose my voice, so I do apologise for that. It is actually taking quite a lot of effort to get the words out of my lungs, which means I'm running out of breath quite quickly, which is a rather strange sensation. But regardless, look at this. Check this out. It feels awesome. I only have 1 firework rocket to take a look at it, so I'm going to make use of that. There we go. There we go. This is really, really cool. This is such a good foundation for the start of my base. I mean, it just looks really good. It looks really, really cool. I'm not so sure on the bamboo. You know, I did that at the start of this one, and I haven't committed to it throughout the rest of the build. Is this something that you want to see more of? Please let me know down in the comment section. Alright, I guess I need more firework rockets. Yeah, I am absolutely chuffed to bits with this one. I am chuffed to bits with this. It looks seriously, seriously cool. I can't wait to start designing how the base is going to mix in with this build, because I want some exterior bits, and obviously a lot of the base is going to be inside this landmass. It's going to look wicked. And is this still a horrendous mob spawner? It actually doesn't seem so bad at this point in time. Yep, no, it's still bad. Now, you may be wondering why I've left this central section clear of any greenery. Well, that's because that is where the water is going to be going. So there's going to be a waterfall going from the top down to the bottom, and then down at the bottom here we're going to have a really big and really deep lake down here. In fact, I don't actually think we're going to do the lake at land level. I think I might extend all of this down and then have the lake further down, almost in the bottom of a pit, which not only will make this look even taller than it already is, but also I think it will look quite dramatic. But on the topic of that waterfall, let's do an experiment. I can't help myself, okay? I really want to see how this water actually flows down the front. Do I actually have any buckets? I do, but I also have ice, and that's basically a better version of a bucket. It's a bucket in block form. I am so very curious as to the route that this water is going to take. Is it going to completely ruin everything? I don't even know what it could ruin.
Hopefully it
but I'm
looks
still
at least okay.
Wary that it could ruin things. Okay, well this is a good start. It does seem to be spreading quite a lot. Yeah, this might need a little bit more finesse than I imagined. You know, I kind of pictured that I would just place. Hey, you know what? It's not bad. You know what? It's not actually
His
that
mind
bad.
going through all those emotions at once.
That has followed quite a nice route. That is actually quite pretty, isn't it? I think if we just do another one up at the top here, we might actually have to do something. I went through various different stages there in my brain. You probably heard it happen. My initial prediction was that it was going to go horribly. Then when I placed it, it seemed to be doing something good. And then I concluded it was doing something horrible. And then it went back to doing something good again. So I guess let's see. Does it do something good on this one? Like if I place one here and then one here. Okay, I've expanded this out. That has made absolutely zero change to the water. I think we'll only make a change on this one. Here we go. This one's going to be the important one. Oh. Okay. That's a little bit wider than I was expecting it to be. Oh, and it's getting wider. But it could be okay. It could be okay. Let's have a look. It isn't actually that bad. I actually think we go wider. I like the way this goes into the side like that. I think that looks quite cool. I think if we can get it to hit that edge there and then be forced in again, I think that looks quite nice. Listen to me sounding like a professional waterfall designer. Alright, what's this going to do? Okay. Alright, I'd say we expand it out a little bit further. Let's just fully commit to this. Alright, maybe we do a little bit of cheating and we actually put a water thing, say, here? Is this going to look really stupid? So maybe we go like this?
Maybe.
I wonder if that looks ridiculous. Let's see. It doesn't. I'm not sure.
I think it looks good,
I
actually.
I feel like maybe God, this is difficult. This is more difficult than I expected it to be. I've done.
Yeah, so he placed it there and there. I mean, in my opinion, it looks pretty cool.
God, this is difficult. This is more difficult than I expected it to be. I've done even more fiddling, and I think that's it. Yep, I'm happy with that. So we kind of get that trickle out, then trickle in, and on this side we get the trickle out, and then trickle in, but they're slightly staggered. I think this looks good. Yes, I am very pleased with that. Where on earth did I just go? Cool. Cool, this
On
looks
top of
like
trees,
the utopia that I imagined, and it looks similar to the reference images that I had. I am feeling incredibly pleased with this structure. Now I must complete the one and only task that you can complete when confronted with a giant waterfall in Minecraft. I really hope my Elytra gets me to the top. If not, this is going to be really awful. It was meant to be. So clearly I only have one shot at this.
with 2 durability left.
Do I go into F5 mode? I feel like I should go into F5 mode. And this is... It is... actually really quite satisfying. Oh, that's going to be so much better when there's a lake down at the bottom here. Cool. Project completed. Right, let's move on to something else. And that something else is standing up here, waiting for ghast to spawn, hoping that everybody logs off the server at some point in time, and I can get myself a bunch of drops. Because sadly, all of these ghasts that are spawning and then being instantly teleported away inside the nether portals, like you saw there, unfortunately they're despawning immediately as soon as they go into the overworld. And the only time they don't despawn is when no one else is online, which I must admit does affect efficiency a tiny bit. But don't despawn.
I think I just saw...
is when no one else...
Wait, doesn't this number mean the amount of mobs you've killed? Like, it does say a 1 next to Mumbo Jumbo's name, but I'm not sure if that means what I think it means.
Is online, which I must admit does affect efficiency a tiny bit. But clearly we've managed to get a solid hour or so overnight when nobody was online, and it has done the work. This is perfect. It's a shame I'm a total moron and didn't think about the fact that my farm might actually work overnight and produce a decent quantity of resources. So I don't really have enough space to actually take this stuff home. And now I have an incredibly long walk home as my Elytra is still completely broken. All in all, this was successfully unsuccessful. You know what? As much as I love flying around, there is something about traversing the land using the paths that we have on this island, and it's really made me think, maybe I should get a horse. I don't think I've ever had a horse on the Hermitcraft server. Like, I really feel like it's been an incredibly long time, and it definitely fits in with my outfit. I mean, how could I not have a horse when I look like this? Actually, now that I think about it, I think I have had a horse on the Hermitcraft server in Hermitcraft Season 2, which was my first season of Hermitcraft. And I do believe that was the update that introduced horses, and I didn't really understand them, and I think I only rode it about once. I've just spotted what I'm looking for. There is the Parson Gas. Unfortunately, the one that's local to me is completely out of stock, so I'm having to travel quite a long ways out. But it is nice to do a little bit of sightseeing on the server. This does not appear to be a Parson Gas. This just seems to be a place filled with llamas. Do the llamas even have anything? The llamas have nothing. What about these guys down here? Also nothing. What about these guys right here? They appear to be missing their bodies. Aha! I do believe this is what I'm looking for. Is this what I'm looking for? Honestly, I don't know anymore. Yes, indeed, it is. And I am fully repaired. I'm going to be honest, though. I do still kind of want a horse. I mean, sure, I can fly along these roads, and I kind of get the same effect, but at just much higher speeds. But a horse would feel pretty good. And also, this seems dangerous. This seems dangerous. Wow, that was remarkable. Right, time to fetch a horse. I mean, Pearlescent Moon isn't currently online right now, but then, you know, the horse has been named Moon. It would be quite obvious whose horse that actually is. Does anyone else have a horse that I can steal? I don't think anyone else has a horse that I can steal. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know what to do when you find a horse. Like, how does one acquire a horse? How does a horse become mine? I have a diamond in my inventory, maybe I could pay it off. Is that a horse? Or is
It's a donkey!
Is this a donkey? This could be a donkey. I actually think I prefer the idea of this being a donkey, but then anyone who asks me about my donkey, I'm going to refer to it as a horse, and that's going to annoy everyone. Only the people who are watching this video right now know that that's the plan. In the next Hermitcraft episode, and from this point forth, this thing is going to be referred to as a horse, and I cannot wait to read the angry comments. I mean, if the whole sus sustainable situation wasn't bad enough, I'm about to cause people's brains to explode. By the way, sus still means sustainable. I still haven't switched up on that. Apparently, to tame a donkey, all you have to do is right click on it a bunch of times until it shows up the hearts, and then you can put a saddle on it. And thankfully, I had a saddle in my storage system.
He says that while he's standing on top of Grian's storage system. I have a sneaky suspicion that Mumbo Jumbo decided to take one from Grian's storage system.
There he is, my valiant steed. Right. Okay, this is good. I think I just need to jump on him a few times and I'm going to get bucked off. And then he'll start liking me eventually, maybe? Oh, I think he's my friend now. I think we're now friends.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Nice. And he is a speed demon. Look at this guy go. I mean, he's not that much faster than walking, to be honest with you. Hang on. Yeah, they're really quite similar. Now the question is, can my donkey swim? I feel like that's a no. I really don't want to kill my donkey. Oh yeah, my donkey is definitely sinking. Right, okay, that is an issue. This is unbelievably impractical, right?
This is the way he said that. This is
on.
unbelievably
I mean, this
impractical.
is a challenge. He's on my boat. Can I seriously not get this guy into this boat? He does not seem interested. He's not much of a jumper either. Okay. Okay, right. There's a nether portal over there. Well, that is impractical, isn't it? There's a nether portal over there, and I cannot get to it using my donkey. And I've left my boat behind. I actually can't believe it's come to this. I really can't believe it's come to this. I can now completely understand why I've never really had a horse on the Hermitcraft server. They're pants. They're absolutely pants. Come on then, mate.
Pants.
Let's make our way over to the mainland. And after a small battle, here we are. Our horse has made it back. We are now fully kitted out to traverse the paths of Hermitcraft Island. I am very, very happy with what we've managed to achieve in this Hermitcraft episode. We managed to get all of the greenery done. We got ourselves set up with the potato XP grinder. And we've got ourselves a wicked horse. This is pretty sweet. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this Hermitcraft episode. It's been a ton of fun. My voice is disappearing on me as I speak. So I'll catch you in the next video. See ya. You know, as a YouTube content creator, there's absolutely nothing worse than losing or straining your voice. You know, because here's the thing, I don't feel ill. Okay, I'm absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with me. Absolutely nothing going on. I'm happy as Larry. Alright, but my voice has other ideas. Okay? And when you rely on your voice all the time, that is an issue. That is an issue. So I might sound like I'm going through puberty again in the next few episodes.
That's a weird. That I don't really have words for what he just said. That sentence. Oh man. Anyway, if you guys like this episode, my Hermitcraft episodes, please like the video, and I hope that you'd consider subscribing as well. As I said at the beginning of the video, it is free and you can unsubscribe at any time that you want to. And I also hope that you show Mumbo Jumbo support. He is the creator of the video, and he is an amazing content creator. And with that being said, I will see you in the next reaction video, and I'll see you there.